New York City's embattled mayor, Eric Adams, defiantly declares, "I am going nowhere." But Governor Kathy Hochul of New York has the authority to remove him from office. Why now is the time for the notoriously cautious Hochul to take action? Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graph's Grievances starts right now. On this President's Day, the most populous city in the United States is facing a governing crisis, almost entirely caused by President Donald Trump. Since being sworn into office again, Trump has so far waged a successful war against the independent judicial system in this country. The president has installed sycophants atop the Justice Department to be his bidders, rewarding his criminal allies and weaponizing the agency against his enemies. The Trump Justice Department has already dropped campaign finance charges against a Republican lawmaker who supported Trump, dismissed charges against two men accused of helping Trump hide classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, and curtailed an investigation into another Republican congressman who introduced legislation that would allow Trump to serve a third term. All of this is coming on the heels of Trump granting clemency to more than 1,500 hooligans who attacked the U.S. Capitol 4 years ago in his name, and firing the FBI and Justice Department officials who prosecuted them and him. As you can see, if you are on Trump's team, if you support him, the Trump Justice Department will come to your defense, regardless of what the law says. Meanwhile, if Trump views you as an enemy, or you are just a regular person without any money or fame, the Trump DOJ will target you and do everything in its power to make your life a living hell. To be clear, this is not how the Justice Department is supposed to work. It is supposed to operate independently of the president and politics. Sure, the priorities of the DOJ shift depending on who is president and who they select to be attorney general. But at the end of the day, the law is the law, and dropping criminal charges that have already been filed under a former administration reeks of political corruption. Yet, that is precisely what has just happened in the criminal case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The one-time moderate Democrat was indicted last year by former President Joe Biden's Justice Department on 5 counts, including bribery, fraud, corruption, and the illegal solicitation of foreign campaign donations. The mayor pleaded not guilty to all the charges in September and is scheduled to go on trial this April. But in the interim, Biden lost re-election to Trump, and a week ago, Trump's DOJ ordered federal prosecutors to drop all charges against Adams. But why? Adams is the Democratic mayor of liberal New York City. And while it is certainly true that Adams has spent the last few months since Trump's election victory fawning over him, dining with Trump in Florida, attending Trump's inauguration in Washington, and attacking former President Joe Biden, could that really be enough to get Trump's Justice Department to go out of their way to save Adams from jail? Well, not exactly. You see, unlike those who attacked the Capitol on January 6th, and unlike those who prosecuted them in the DOJ and FBI, Adams doesn't fit neatly into the Trump friend or Trump foe categories. He still claims to be a Democrat and has only just begun to say nice things about Trump. In an ingenious move, and I mean that sincerely, Trump's Justice Department is seeking to drop all the charges against Adams without prejudice, meaning the same charges can be filed again against Adams. In essence, if Adams, the mayor of Trump's hometown, ever does something that Trump does not like, his Justice Department can refile criminal charges against Adams, and threaten him with real jail time. Adams is now Trump's pawn, and he has to do everything Trump says or face the consequences, which means Adams is no longer solely responsive to the will of New Yorkers. And that is a crisis of unprecedented proportion for the city, because we deserve a mayor who is not beholden to anyone but us, the voters. Thankfully, under New York State's public officers law, the governor of New York has the authority to remove the mayor of any city in the state. This broad and sweeping power contains no stipulations about the circumstances under which the governor can exercise that authority. In addition, the New York City Charter also says that the governor has the power to remove the mayor from office as long as the mayor is given, quote, an opportunity to be heard in his defense. Since Adams was indicted last year, politicians across the Empire State have called on the governor, Kathy Hochul, to remove Adams from office. And I think very wisely, Governor Hochul so far resisted explaining that it would be undemocratic for her to remove a freely elected mayor, especially on just charges filed against him, not even a conviction. But now, Governor Hochul's calculus must change. And that is because it is abundantly clear that Adams is being held hostage by Trump.
You're up early anyway.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt, saying, where the hell is the agreement we came to?
That was Mayor Adams on Fox News with Trump's border czar the day after Trump's DOJ announced they were dropping the charges against him. Homan saying to Adams' face, quote, if he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up in his butt, saying, where the hell is the agreement we came to? That agreement, more like quid pro quo, being that Adams must allow immigration and customs enforcement into New York City jails, or Adams will be indicted again by Trump's DOJ. The problem is that under a 2014 New York City law, ICE is prohibited from entering the city's jail complex, and New York police are generally forbidden from cooperating with federal immigration authorities in nearly all circumstances. You might not like those laws, Mayor Adams might not like those laws, but what he can't do is trample over them as part of an agreement with the Trump administration. That is why Governor Hochul must now remove Adams from office. He is no longer serving the people of New York and ensuring that the laws of the city are faithfully executed. And yes, never before has the governor of New York removed a mayor. But as far as I can tell, the mayor of New York City has never been under the thumb of the corrupt president of the United States. Unprecedented times call for unprecedented measures, and I hope Governor Hochul takes action before we find out what else Trump will force Adams to do. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.